Mga kada, kayo po ba ay may napapansing dark brownish patches sa inyong muka?
Lalo na po sa inyong pisngi, ilong, noo, at itaas na bahagi ng inyong labi. Baka melasma na po yan.
Ano nga ba po ang melasma at ito ba'y pareho lamang sa freckles?
Not sure, Mama P. Kaya yan ang ating alamin ngayong umaga. Kasama ang ating bisitang dermatologist na si Dr. RJ Agbon. Hello, Doc!
Hello, Doc!
Good morning! Good morning, mga kada!
Ang ganda ng skin.
Bakit sabi
Ang tingin mo, Doc?
Si Doc, 65 years old na
I'm
yan.
65, yeah.
Mukha pa rin
31. Thank you.
Ganun kagaling. Okay, Doc, itong melasma, ito ba'y pareho lang sa freckles or pekas? Kasi kung ito'y pareho lang, di ba mga bagets naglalagay talaga sila?
Papatato nga minsan ng freckles, fake freckles, or makeup ng fake makeup ng fake freckles. Apparently, it's a trend, though.
It's a trend.
But melasma is different from freckles.
Yeah.
See, freckles, yun po yung parang mga small brown, parang spots on the face, but starts as young individuals. Nagkakaroon ng freckles, but they're both considered pigment on the skin. Si melasma, ang Tagalog niya, pekas. Pero si freckles, hindi siya pekas. Si melasma yung pekas.
Pero hindi naman ibig sabihin na nagka-freckles ka pa start na yung melasma.
Pwede kang both may freckles and magka-melasma ka eventually. And both sila, they worsen with sun exposure. So pag naarawan, especially when you go to the beach ngayong summer, mas nagba-brown yung both pigment na yun.
Yun talaga yung pangunahing sanhi, di ba?
Yes,
no?
yes.
Exposure.
But, so, the freckles, parang you're born with it?
Yeah, you're born, or you're supposed to develop freckles talaga kasi inherited siya.
Inherited
Yeah.
from your
From
family.
your family, yes.
Pero yung melasma, lifestyle na to. Kung
It's
lagi kang
acquired,
nakabilad,
yeah, but
oo.
meron ding genetic component. So 40
I want to know the genetic component because
genetic
my
component.
mom has melasma.
So,
I
if
want
your
to
mom
know.
has melasma, 40 to 60% chance na magkakaroon rin po kayo ng
No,
melasma.
Doc, no. How do I avoid it?
But then look at her. She's so fair
she's so fair
skin.
skin, yeah.
Meron.
Diba, is this common to
Sa mukha
lahat
yata
ng
yun.
tao?
It can happen to all skin types or phototypes. Ibig sabihin how brown you are, how fair you are, how you react to UV exposure, but it's more common in yung brown individuals nga po. So,
Yung mabilis magtan.
yeah, mas mabilis magtan. You're,
Tan ka, diba?
I love getting tan, but now well, sorry siguro ako, I think I would have developed melasma if hindi ako nakatira dito. Kasi mahilig ako magpatan.
Patan, yeah.
Oo, and then nung nalaman ko dito, they like white-looking people. Sige, hindi na ako magpatan. Pero my mom, dahil mahilig magpatan, yung talagang roof deck tan, yung talagang walang reason, nothing whatsoever, it's not vacation. I want some color on my skin. Ganon ang mga Brazilians, maraming melasma.
Even
Sa amin.
maglagay sila ng ng protection, pwede pa rin makakuha talaga.
well, the sunscreens, they provide some protection, but of
On
course,
that.
the more you expose yourself to UV radiation, the higher the chance na magkaroon po ng melasma. But aside from melasma, the exposure to the sun can also cause yung sunspots naman. So medyo magkamukha po kasi sila.
Oo nga,
So, yung
paano
sunspot.
natin malalaman ng
Iba pa yung
difference?
sunspots.
Iba pa yung sunspots.
Ano maitsura
See, bilog-bilog rin siya na brown, so it's
Okay.
quite difficult to distinguish from a naked eye or from untrained individual, yeah. So, pero both silang nagba-brown with UV exposure. Pero si melasma, meron din po siyang hormonal component. That's why it's more common in
People get
females, yeah, or in pregnancy, nagkakaroon po ng mask of pregnancy which we call cloasma naman yung term, but it's still melasma during pregnancy.
Bakit may mga nabanggit tayo kanina, Doc? Usual nakikita siya sa pisngi, ilong, noo. Bakit doon lang sa
So,
part?
yun yung sites na madalas po kasi maarawan. So, on the face, it's usually bilateral. So, ibig sabihin both sides, si left and right. So, pag nasa left lang, it's more, baka hindi siya melasma. It's usually symmetrical. Ibig sabihin both sides of the face siya na-affect. Pwedeng on the
Talaga?
cheeks, pwedeng on the forehead, even the lip
Upper
area.
lip.
Yeah,
Oo.
pwedeng on the lip area.
Apparently, when you wax your upper lip, and sometimes, ginagawa natin itong mga babae kasi ayaw natin magkaroong bigote. I mean, let's be honest about it. So, pinapawax siya. Does that cause it too?
The waxing does not cause the melasma, but pag natanggal yung hair there, baka mas mahalata, mas makikita yung pigment. And because of the waxing,
So baka meron
the
na
trauma,
before pa.
baka meron na before pa, mas nahalata lang when you remove the hair. But the waxing itself, it causes trauma on the skin. So because of the trauma, nagkakaroon ng defect in the barrier of the skin. Mas mataas yung chance na mag-develop also other pigment problems, including melasma.
Ano pang causes? Okay, so genetics.
Genetic, UV hormonal,
UV exposure.
and even exposure to blue or visible light. Blue light, so devices, it worsens.
IE, cell phones, tablets.
Yes. It's not a cause, but it can worsen the pigment also in melasma.
Okay. May problema ba? Bukod sa marami tayong nakikitang mga tuldok-tuldok sa mukha, Doc, is this cancer-causing?
So, see, melasma, it's benign, so it's not cancerous. But because of exposure to the sun, naiipon po kasi yung damage from the UV exposure. Dahil common siya sa areas na exposed by the sun, kung saan din nagde-develop ang skin cancer. So, it is not turn into skin cancer, but same sila na area kung saan usually nakikita rin yung skin cancer.
Matagal ba bago natin magamot ito, Doc?
So si melasma, it's quite tricky. Honestly, it's quite tricky and challenging to treat kasi pwede natin siyang ma-improve with topical medications and procedures in the clinics like chemical peels and lasers. Pero because of hormonal factors, UV exposure or sun exposure, pwede siyang pabalik-balik. So it's really important na consistent yung routine and nagpapacheck po talaga sa expert.
Di ba sabi, Doc, it worsens kapag summer?
Yes. Kasi,
medyo mas obvious siya, mas dark yung kanyang pigmentation.
Yes.
Wala man tayong winter, pero pero nag-lighten din ba siya kapag December, January?
Well, it does not lighten. Mas nakahalata lang siya when we go out to the sun kasi mas nagba-brown po siya. Yun, si melasma. Hindi siya nawawala because mas palamig na or mas nag-winter.
Okay, paano to So, ang pag-iwas dito,
Sunscreen, no?
Yeah.
sunblock for sure.
So, as I mentioned, it's may genetic component, may hormonal factors, but
Wala tayong magagawa
wala
doon.
tayong magagawa doon. So, unless yun, hindi ka magbubuntis or walang thyroid problems, but of course, it can be reduced yung pag-brown niya by sunscreen. If you have melasma, usually SPF 50 na yan. But yung day-to-day sunscreen use, we usually recommend SPF 30 at least. Broad spectrum na SPF.
Na applied every when?
So, ideally every 2 hours. But when you're just in the office or in the clinic, medyo impractical and kind of not sustainable yung every 2 hours. So
Kasi naka-makeup ka na,
naka-makeup,
for
yeah.
instance.
So I usually advise reapplication at lunchtime, so before mag-afternoon. But of course, when you're outside, at every 2 hours yun at least, or as often as needed. Like for example, nagpawis, at the beach, nag-swimming. So even before 2 hours, you can reapply na the sunscreen.
Ayun. Okay. At meron tayong mga bisitang beauty queens dito. Baka you guys
Hello.
have any questions for Doc? Pampaganda questions?
Ito si Miss Rena.
Si Rena. Hi, morning.
Kasi po, yung lifestyle ko po kasi, like, wala po akong pakialam sa skincare or what. Like, growing up, okay lang po after ng makeup, hilamos, and wala na po siya. Naging conscious lang po ako when they analyze my skin, like free analysis po sa skin. And then sinabi nga po, dito sa may left side ng cheek, may black spot, na melasma nga daw po siya. Pero after nun, parang wala po rin po ginawa. Like, hinayaan ko lang po siya. Then I just noticed nung summer na, medyo tumagdag yung nag-extend siya.
Okay.
Tapos parang na nga siyang contour, Doc.
Free contour. Free
Pero
contour.
natatakpan mo ng
Natatakpan
makeup.
ko siya sa makeup, kaso nakaka-bother ba pag ano? Kasi hindi pantay talaga. Like, black, then tan.
Pero left lang.
Dito lang po siya.
Do you
Ayun.
drive?
Tas,
Do you drive?
ano po kasi ako, nagtuturo po ako ng Zumba sa mga barangay.
Okay.
So I use e-bike. And then, minsan po, pag umaga yung sessions namin, may mga sun exposure po talaga. Hindi carry yung sa mga court. So,
Okay.
ayun, super exposed po talaga.
So it's quite difficult to assess now kasi naka-makeup po siya. But then, usually melasma is symmetrical or bilateral, so it's usually left and right. Pero pwede rin naman sa isang side lang. So it could be a
Kung
sunspot.
yung lagi yung na-expose.
Yeah.
Natakot ako dun sa drive.
Kaya tinanong mo kung nagda-drive. Kasi one
Yun na
side
yung
lang
left
for
because of the
face.
exposure of the sun.
So, in the Philippines, nasa left side si driver, di ba? So, yun yung naarawan. So, isa pang factor yun because the sun rays, kahit pa may glass, nakakalusot yung UVA.
Kahit pa may tint.
Kahit may tint, nakakalusot lumalusot siya doon. So usually the left side yung parang damage.
Gagawin mo.
Perfect pa rin. Perfect left and right.
Next driving niya, may patch na siya dito. Meron siyang dinikit dito.
So it could be sun lentigine, what we call that, or sunspot, or pwede rin melasma. So at this age, kasi naiipon po yung UV damage. So ngayon, as medyo young pa tayo, hindi pa siya nagmamanifest usually, but as we age, doon na lalabas yung mga na-accumulate na damage from UV exposure. So ngayon pa lang, dapat we are very consistent with sun exposure, sun protection, like sunscreen. And then meron namang mga medications, topical medications, and procedures to improve the pigmentation.
Hindi
So it's
naman
okay.
ba maapektuhan, Dok? Kasi syempre, nasa pageant siya, lagi nagme-makeup. Hindi ba yun apektado? Baka mag-worsen dahil sa makeup?
So of course, we understand na the makeup is to sort of mask the pigmentation. Hindi naman nakaka-cause ng melasma.
Aggravate.
But then, of course, kailangan syempre hindi harsh yung makeup. Even the removal of the makeup should be tender and good for sensitive skin ng mga wipes and products para hindi magkaroon ng irritation because the irritation can worsen the pigment.
Yun. Pero ang galing mo mag-conceal.
Like free contour na siya.
May contouring
So,
na.
bawas na ng contour sa left, sa right.
Right.
Medyo
Which brings us to our next. Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Rena.
Thank you.
Maybe we can also ask her, ano ba yung tricks of the trade for concealing something like that para matutunan din ng ating mga kada?
Ano po, for better makeup and concealing po kasi, we need to prep our skin. For me po yun po yung tama kasi minsan nakikakey, nagda-dry. So make sure to cleanse, to use serum, toner, and then make sure to moisturize and also maglagay rin po tayo ng sunscreen before we use our concealer.
Wow, galing ni Rena. Thank you.
Thank you.
Diba?
Agree. Agree.
Agree.
So para hindi mag-cake the makeup, the skin has to be healthy because nagki-cake siya pag dull yung upper layer of the skin. So you have to maintain a very good routine na suits your skin
Tama ba
type.
yung sinabi
Tama ba
ni Rena?
yun?
Medyo maraming layers yun,
Yeah. So we usually prep the skin,
Toner.
apply the
Toner.
sunscreen before the makeup because there are makeup na meron ng SPF pero hindi yun siya enough. So hindi siya enough to...
Akala mo lang enough.
Yeah, akala mo.
So, ano siya, Dok? Toner?
The general rule is the lightest ingredient or yung pinaka-malabnaw and to the heaviest. So usually last si makeup, di ba? Kasi gusto mo nga i-conceal the pigment.
So, Rena said toner and then serum,
Moisturizer.
and then
Moisturizer.
SPF.
Sunscreen. Although the toners and the serums naman are not required, they're optional. So, pag daytime, usually of course, cleanse, and then the sunscreen, moisturizer, sunscreen, and then the makeup if you want to apply makeup.
Sabi nung, ang dami naman.
Ang mahal na niyan.
Kasi pag mas marami, mas nakakatamad siya gawin. So I usually do like a very simple routine for my patients.
Depende naman po yan sa skin.
Yes.
Okay. O, ngayon, bibigyan tayo ng demonstration ng isa sa mga makeup artists natin dito sa Net25, si Dayan. Kung paano niya sinusolusyonan ang ganitong mga klaseng discoloration sa balat ng mga mini-makeupan niya. O, diba?
Tingnan
At
natin.
kasama niya si Mommy Benny, isa sa mga masugid nating...
Kada.
Taga-suporta, taga-panood.
Correct. At puntahan
from day
natin
one.
sila.
Tara, Dok.
Kasi...
Para makita din ni
Interview
Dok.
muna natin si Mommy Benny. Mommy Benny, narinig mo na ba tong... Naka-mic ba si Mommy Benny, guys?
May lapel.
Narinig mo... Good morning po. Welcome back. Matagal ka namin hindi nakita.
Miss ko po kayo.
Yeah.
I miss you, Mommy Benny.
So, Mommy Benny, kayo po, meron kayong melasma?
Sabi ni Doc.
Sabi ni Dok.
So, Doc na...
Kasi usually, kasi
Binigyan natin ng problema. Sabi ni Mommy Benny, wala man ang problema.
usually
Bigla siya
naman kasi
nagka-melasma
mga mommies hindi natin na...
Hindi na nila tinitingnan.
Sabi ni Doc.
Paumpisa na. So, which areas, Doc?
So
did you
si
see?
Mommy Benny naman, maganda naman yung skin niya. Of course, there are signs
So
of aging.
youthful. Oo.
But there are already beginning areas po kung saan nagpo-form na the pigment. As you can see dito po sa cheek, more on the left also. But even the forehead, meron na pong pa-start na brown pigmentation. So this could be melasma also. So we have to prevent the pigmentation and the spread, of course, ng color or dyspigmentation. And yun, merong temporary or temporary fix, which is yung makeup
Oo,
to cover
kasi-
up the pigment.
Of course, like my mom, sobrang ano niya yan, sobrang conscious siya about it. na, I'm not sure if it's freckles or melasma, but either way, she doesn't want it to show. Kaya very important sa kanya yung how to conceal it
cover,
properly. So kayo mga kada, kung kayo ay nako-conscious din because of your melasma or whatever, gusto nyo, kasing flawless ni Doc, dapat ito si Dayan. Bibigyan tayo ng demo ni Dayan kung paano ito i-conceal.
Conscious tuloy ako.
Ay, hindi po.
Okay lang
Ako okay lang eh.
Hindi kasi, siyempre, senior na ako, di ba?
Hindi naman
Wala sa age yan, Mami Benny.
Akala nyo lang yun. Wala naman sa itsura.
Hindi nga nila naisip yun eh.
Okay, so ito po si Dayan. Dayan, anong mga shows ang mini-make-upan mo yung mga talents?
ESPN po,
Oh.
PE, at saka Kada Umaga.
Oh,
Na Dayan,
diba?
Dayan,
The secret to the success of sino-sino? Si Pat Pidaza.
Ali Soto. Belated happy birthday, Miss Ali. Yoko
Okay,
nakabat.
so naka-encounter ka na ng ganitong problema, Dayan,
Opo.
before. So, anong una mong ginagawa?
Piniprep ko po muna, then
Ganun ba yung pagpaprep mo katulad
Opo.
ng na-mention namin kanina?
Tapos,
so, toner, ano pang nilalagay mo?
sunscreen po, moisturizer,
Nice!
primer.
Nakaka-LL budget
Ang net 25.
O pagkatapos, pag na-prep na,
Foundation po, then concealer.
okay.
Tapos powder po.
Okay. So, game, simulan na natin.
So, na-prep na yung skin ni Mami Benny kanina. Ito na yung concealer.
So, kahit walang, you put the concealer muna?
Opo.
Okay. Ganun pala sila.
Ganun.
Kanya-kanyang style.
Kanya-kanyang style ng kung ano.
Tayo naman, foundation muna.
Foundation minsan.
Tapos concealer next.
minsan sinasandwich po
Same
nila.
tayo, Mama P.
The
Ganun din
concealer.
ako.
What?
Foundation and then concealer.
Oo.
Tapos powder na.
Oo. Actually, recently lang ako nag-concealer. Kasi parang, recently lang nagka-eye bags. Kaya hanggang ngayon, manonood talaga ako Dayan kasi nahihirapan talaga ako maglagay ng concealer properly. But now, I figured out, baka it's the lack of prepping. Thanks to Rena, di ba?
Anong kulang mo doon, Mama P?
All of the above. Yung sunblock lang nilagay ko.
Ako, moisturizer lang nilalagay ko.
Ako nagto-toner, tapos
Yun, kailangan ko yung
yan.
step.
And then
Kinlens ko naman kasi in the morning. Siyempre, naliligo tayo.
correct.
Tapos, feeling ko naman cleansed na siya. So, after that, serum na. Tapos, naglalagay naman ako ng serum. Tapos, kasi alam ko, my face is on the dry side. Tapos, I'll put na the sunblock. Tapos, pagdating ko dito, foundation. Kulang ba rin? What did I miss?
Pwede na. Pwede.
Pwede na rin yun.
depende daw sa...
Pero I know what you mean eh. Minsan pag naglalagay ako ng concealer,
Yun yung
nagkikik.
problem.
Oo, same.
Ilang
diba?
buwan ko na yan kinukulit sa kanila. What am I doing wrong?
Tapos meron pa tayo napanood, Mama P, ikaw yata yon, yung pinakita nila kung saan dapat nilalagay. Yung katulad ng ginagawa ni Dayan dito na, dito sa loob, wag
Ito.
dito, oo. So dito
Dito.
daw
Lahat,
talaga.
pag
Inner
nag-smile
tsaka
daw
outer.
kayo, tapos may wrinkle dun sa smile, wag nyo daw lagyan nyo ng concealer.
Correct.
Kasi alam nyo na,
Magkikake talaga.
Maglalay.
magiging ano yan.
Magla-line daw.
Magla-line. Exactly.
Kakaroon po ng
Magiging El
line.
Nino yan.
Dapat inner, outer. Ako inner, outer lang.
Ah, talaga.
Oh,
Wala,
so,
actually tubig lang to.
Kakagising lang
woke
niya.
up like this. So, ayan. Isang ano lang yan, Dayan. Isang shade.
Apo, isang shade lang
Isang
po
shade
gamit
lang.
ko.
Kasi pinanood ko kanina sa YouTube. Hala, ang dami niyong ibang klaseng kulay ng concealer. Sabi mo, mahal naman ito.
Meron pa nga yung mga parang primer na or
May
concealer na
green,
ibang
yung
kulay.
green color ko na
may
rin. May
orange.
green, may orange.
Kailan ginagamit yun, Dayan?
Kapag ano po, kapag yung face is may dark spots, so kino-color corrector po namin para magpantay po yung lapat.
Ito, hindi na kailangan.
Hindi na.
Yung medyo
Hindi pa
matindi
daw,
yung,
opo.
yung pagka-discoloration.
Ay, oo. Mami Benny, alam mo na. Mami Benny, alam mo na anong i-check out mo later.
Ang fresh pa ni Mami Benny. O pagkatapos niyan,
Then, ano na po, lalagyan.
parang kulang damit mo.
Ano lang po yung pinadala.
After that,
yan na po, papatungan po siya ng foundation, then powder na po.
O, i-continue na lang natin later kasi right now, yung concealer
Natakpan na.
part lang muna yung pinakita
Pinakita
natin.
natin.
Tapos mamaya tatapusin mo yun.
Opo, tatapusin ko po.
Mami Benny.
So, Mama Benny, ha? Dito ka na hanggang 12 o'clock. Tatapusin na yung makeup mo.
Yes naman po.
Oh, kaya thank you very much, Diane.
Thank you po.
We'll check in on this process from time to time para maidagdag yung susunod pang steps. But for now, pasalamatan natin si Diane at Doc. Balik muna tayo doon kasi meron tayong mga
Fake
or
or
fact
fact
items na kailangan.
Thank you, Diane.
Thank you,
and Mami
Diane.
Benny.
Ate Benny.
Love it, Mami Benny.
Thank you.
So, meron tayong mga
Thank you,
items
Diane.
na babanggitin dahil meron na dito si Doc ng fake or fact. Sasabihin mo lang sa amin, Doc, kung fake ba ito or fact and then explain it to us kung bakit yon ang iyong sagot. Okay. Yung iba dito medyo nabanggit na pero para mas ma-explain mo pa. Unang item, babae lang ang nagkakaroon ng melasma. Babae lang. Fake
So,
or fact?
that's fake.
Ay, buti naman.
Fake, yeah.
Parang lahat na ng problema, babae lang ang nagkakaroon.
So, as we mentioned, it's more common in females. In Filipinos, wala pang exact data, but around 1 to 2 in 10 females would develop melasma. And it's more common in brown individuals nga and in reproductive age. So, adulthood. Especially pag nagkaroon ng hormonal problems or during pregnancy. It's more common in females, pero it also happens in males.
Ba't naman yung asawa ko, tanghaling tapat, nag-golf for 4 hours?
Baka grabe maglagay ng sunscreen.
Wala namang melasma.
Good genes.
Yan, genetic genes. Yeah.
So,
Sige nang.
Tsaka
sige nang, at
lifestyle.
least yung mga anak mo yan.
Good genes din.
Good genes, diba?
Yes.
Kaya ito naman, Doc.
Take it from him.
Ang melasma ay nagpabalik-balik kahit ito ay nawala na.
So that's a fact. It's challenging and tricky to treat. Pero natitreat naman, although yun nga, kailangan ng consistent routine, topical regimen, and consults with the board-certified dermatologist. Kasi pwede siyang mag-on and off. So pabalik-balik
Kasi
siya.
nilalaser din yan, Doc, di ba?
Yeah. So kapag hindi na gumana the topical regimen and the procedures like peels, we step up the treatment to lasers. Para mas
And it's you have to be consistent.
yeah, and medyo pricey, of course.
Siyempre, kasi
Procedures.
Ginagawa nga namin yan, sabi ko, sige na nga, you win. Okay, ang melasma ay para lamang po sa mga tao may darker skin tone.
So that's fake. It's more common in skin phototypes 3 to 5. Basta yung mga mas brown, yung skin color mas morena. Is rena short for morena? No.
Galing mo dun, Doc.
Sa mga mas brown siya, like Asians, Hispanics, Middle Easterns, and even, of course, Africans. Pag mas brown the skin, mas common yung melasma. But it can also happen in mas fair na skin types.
Okay, last item. Sa mukha lang makikita ang melasma.
That's also fake. So it's more common on the face. It's symmetrical sa cheeks, sa forehead, the lip area, but can also, meron po tayong tinatawag na extrafacial melasma or yung melasma na wala sa face. So sa forearms, chest, these are areas din na lagi din na expose sa sun. So yung outer forearms, so yun. But mas common talaga siya sa face. And people are more conscious naman pag nasa face compared to sa
Oo nga. Do we have other questions, Nin? Si Chelsea daw may tanong.
Ayan.
Chelsea, para namang wala kang problema. Tigilan ako.
Good morning.
Ito po yung I actually have 3 questions. Dalawang personal questions para kay Doc. Ang number 1 question ko po is, of course, we need vitamin D every day for our skin. When is the best time of vitamin D?
Okay. So, of course, we need sun exposure para ma-convert yung vitamin D, para nagagamit siya ng katawan. But then, dahil nga harsh, laging tanong yun sa derma kasi kailangan namin i-balance the sun protection and the vitamin D processing. So, yung pinaka-harsh na sun or UV radiation is around 10 a.m. to 2 to 4 p.m. So, before that, pwedeng jog under the sun. But medyo mainit na rin kasi sa Pilipinas yung 9, 10 a.m. So around 6 to 7 a.m. pwede nang for sun exposure. But then, hindi naman gaano ka-common yung vitamin D deficiency in the Philippines kasi lagi naman may araw. It's more common in places or countries na medyo gloomy yung weather all the time.
So we don't need to take a vitamin D supplement?
kailangan
Kasi
mag-supplement.
we have the sun.
Yeah, but then, syempre, hindi naman natin po malalaman kung deficient tayo sa vitamin D unless we have it checked. So, kapag supplementation, kailangan po talaga pag kailangan ng mag-supplement ng vitamin D.
Kung nasabi lang ng doktor
Kung
na
nasabi,
meron
yes.
silang deficiency.
Next.
Next,
Thank you,
Chelsea.
Doc. Baka kasi tanongin sa board exam.
Are you a med student ka ba? Ay.
Med student pa po.
Okay.
Eto, personal questions naman kay Doc. Ilang years po ang dermatology?
Okay.
Years.
So,
Ready na ako.
So, med school is 5 years, 4 years, and then 5th year is the internship, and then board exam, and then another 3 years for derma, and then 3 years siya, minimum yung 3 years, and then another year for board exam.
Wow. 9 years.
So, aabot siya ng 4, yeah. Kasi may board exam pa na, yeah. Board exam pala nila sa June 8. Yung mga
Kayang-kaya yan.
Kayang-kaya.
40 years old na ako. Pero kaya.
Kaya yan.
Ito naman, Doc, personal din question for you. Ano yung pinakamahirap na subject niyo ng dermatology? Pero ready na ako. Yun na i-review ko ngayon.
So, yung derma, we're the experts in skin, hair, and nails. So, yung more difficult na topics for us, most of us, ay yung mga nail problems. Kasi they look alike, pero some of these are infections, some are part of tumors, or some even cancer. So, yun yung parang medyo iniiwasan namin topic sa exams. Mga ganun, sa nails.
Interesting.
Wow. Tsaka minsan may viral thing,
Yeah, may viral
diba?
infections, yeah.
Famously, some of our practitioners, di ba, walang nails because it's some kind of virus or bacteria.
Yeah, or from trauma. And syempre may mga patients din na very conscious about their nails. So, trabaho ng derma to help them also.
Alam mo na, Chelsea.
Yes. Review na ako ngayon,
Yes.
Doc. Baka mag-i-intern ako sa iyo.
Yes, go, pwede.
Thank you,
Sige.
Chelsea.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you po, Doc. Thank you po.
Kaya, Doc, ano na lamang ang maipapayo mo sa ating mga kada? Napakahirap i-manage ng melasma. So, wag na lang kayo lumabas ng bahay. Parang Emma. Naka-hat, naka-long sleeves.
Naka-leggings.
So yun, strict sun protection measures aside from the sunscreen, yung hat or cap or the umbrella. Wag din po tayong makampante or maging complacent na kunwari pa tag-ulan na hindi na tayo magsa-sunscreen kasi hindi na maaraw. That's a wrong mentality or misconception kasi meron pa rin UV radiation na nakakalusot and could potentially damage the skin. So sunscreen every day. Lahat po ng mga skincare natin, all the skin prepping would be useless without the sunscreen. So paulit-ulit kami mga derma about sunscreen. Sirang plaka na siya, but yun talaga kasi yung non-negotiable.
Got it.
Negotiable.
Noted with thanks and a lot of guilt.
Check
Because
out
hindi ko
later.
dala-dala lagi. Kung hindi dahil kay Emma Tiglaw, wala akong sunscreen.
Ganda nung
Ang ganda ng
sunscreen
sunscreen
na yun,
binigay
no?
mo sa akin.
Kaya, Doc, saan ka po pwedeng makontakt?
Oo nga, Doc.
You can... Ay, may question pa po.
May last pa daw.
Meron pa.
Pahabol.
Yes!
I love it. I love it.
I love
See?
it also.
Feeling ko tungkol sa sunscreen to, Doc.
Baby.
Kala ko Babylon.
Hello po, good morning po.
Good morning, hello.
I'd just like to ask po yung about sa sunscreen kasi usually po may mga nasasabi sa internet na we have to use it outside and even inside at home. So, when is the best time to use it po ba? Is it okay rin po ba na gumamit ng sunscreen at home?
Okay. So, the sunscreen use, as I mentioned, it's non-negotiable. Usually, we advise the patients to apply sunscreen every day upon sun exposure. But even if hindi tayo nasa labas, kasi syempre may nakakalusot pa nga rin sa glass. So, yung nakakalusot sa, may types kasi of UV radiation, UVA, B, and C. Si C, nafe-filter siya ng atmosphere. Si B, yung more nagkakos ng skin cancer. Hindi siya nakakalusot sa glass. So, si UVA, nakakalusot siya. Yun yung nakakakos ng signs of aging. So, of course, we don't want that also. So, sunscreen pa rin. If you apply this, you look for sunscreens na broad spectrum. So, may SPF. Yun yung number for the UVB. SPF 30 pataas.
At night?
Even at night, of course, wala nang sun noon. Pwedeng
So,
hindi
usually
na.
morning.
Sabi
Yeah,
kasi
usually
nila
morning.
pati daw yung lights, even studio lights can...
So, yan yung may mga sunscreen na includes protection from visible light, especially the blue light. Ito yung mga tinted sunscreen. So ako, naka-tinted sunscreen ako ngayon.
Di halata,
Sir,
Doc.
Doc, what would you recommend po? Is it tinted sunscreen or yung lightweight lang?
Okay, so yung sunscreen naman, it's a trial and error for most patients because syempre it depends on their experience kung anong gusto nila. Mas gusto ba nila matte or dewy? Especially for males, ayaw nila ng tinted, di ba? Kasi may kulay. So it's more of how you like your sunscreen. Basta for me, as the dermatologist, at least SPF 30 with UVA coverage, yun yung may PA+++.
PA++, hanapin natin yan.
And then of course, sa Pilipinas, medyo mainit. Gusto natin ng gel-based or cream-based para medyo lightweight lang siya.
That's all, Doc. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Maybelline. Kaya Doc, ibigay nyo na po ang inyong mga contact details. Mukhang marami pang mga magkukonsulta sa'yo.
Thank you so much for having me. You can find my socials at Radiant Derm PH.
Radiant Derm
PH.
Maraming salamat,
Thank you,
Doc.
Thank you.
That was a fun discussion. Mga kada, bagamat ang melasma po ay hindi delikado sa ating kalusugan, ito ay nagkakaroon ng epekto sa ating confidence, di ba? Pero ano lang naman yan, skin deep lang naman, di ba? Just learn to embrace it, di ba? Kung hindi kayo marunong mag-conceal, embrace nyo na lang yan. Kagaya nga ng sinabi ko, yung mga bagets, nagpapatato pa eh.
Correct.
Diba? Yung sa inyo, instant. Ayaw nyo ba nun?
Wala nang gastos. Kaya naman importante po ang tamang kaalaman at pagsunod sa mga dapat gawin para ito po ay maiwasan at magamot.
Yes, sa pamamagitan ng disiplina at sapat na pangangalaga sa ating balat, ay makakamit na rin natin ang malusog at maaliwalas na kutis.
Mga Kanet 25, this is Pia Guanio-Mago. For more Kada Umaga updates, please click the subscribe button and follow us on Net25 social media pages at Net25 TV and at Net25 Entertainment Facebook page. See you guys. Bye!